Hey guys, I said something about this video a little while back, but I decided to go ahead and do it now. So basically what I do is when I look into a new class that I don't know a lot about, I actually look up the exact definition of the word, the title of that class. So I made up a list. I went on, looked up a dictionary, all the base classes of Pathfinder, and I just looked up the exact definitions. It helped me kind of unbox my mind because I used to play a lot of video games, and classes are kind of the same thing in every video game. So this kind of helped me unbox my mind as to creating a character concept instead of just picking a class. Like Barbarian. Before I would have thought, barbarians are just these people who go around and smash people in the head. Not necessarily true. It just says, a barbarian is a person without culture, refinement, or education. So, in that sense, Indians, I guess, were kind of like barbarians, I guess. Anyone who just doesn't live in a structured culture like we do, like if they live outside the city, I guess they'd be barbaric. I don't know. A bard is a person who composed and recited epic or heroic poems, often while playing the harp or instruments of which is pretty simple. Most people know that. A cleric, pretty simple, a member of clergy, which pretty much means you're a member of a religion. A druid, I actually couldn't find anything about druids other than all it said about druids was a religion before Christianity, basically, and that doesn't really convert over to Pathfinder well because there's no Christianity in Pathfinder. So kind of gotta just go off of what we all know, and druids are just people who follow nature. Like, they view nature as a religion, they have a god who looks over nature. A fighter is really simple. It's just a person who fights. That can mean anything. That can mean like you do like maybe you're a pugilist, maybe you're like a boxer kind of, maybe you fight for money, maybe you're a warrior, a member of the guard, someone who's just trained to fight, I guess. Monk is a member of a monastic order, which is basically just a monastery. You're a member of a monastery, which is usually a religious thing as well. Paladins, this one actually, the definition actually caught me off guard. I thought paladins, the definition of a paladin was directly related to religion. Supposedly it's not. Any determined advocate or defender of a noble cause. That's not necessarily anything to do with religion. That could just mean that, you don't let bad things happen to good people. Something like that. And that's the way I like to play my paladins anyways. I throw religion in there because it's kind of part of the class. But I always let my paladins lose their powers if the DM sees it. So, because I'm not going to run a lawful stupid paladin. I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't do that because it's against my religion. I'll be like, no, screw my religion. This is a bad thing. I need to do right. Ranger is a person who ranges or roves. Not very clear, so I looked up the definition of that. To wander about without a definite destination. So basically, you just don't settle. But another definition of ranger could be like, we have park rangers. Pretty much they're like the cops of the woods. They just, they protect the woods and stuff like that. Make sure there's nothing going wrong in the woods. It could be as simple as maybe you're a member of the guard who travels from outpost to outpost through the forest. And then you send word back to the city when you see danger. Now, rogue, I couldn't pick one. They were all pretty good definitions. There was a list of definitions and they all kind of fit. A dishonest, knavish person or scoundrel. A playful, mischievous person or scamp. A tramp or vagabond. Pretty much a nomadic person. That's what vagabond is. So, really, a rogue just doesn't fit in, I suppose. When I usually think of rogue, I think of someone who sneaks around and stabs people in the back because of video games. But that's not really a definition now, is it? But like I said, it's a playfully mischievous person. You don't even necessarily have to be a bad person. You just do things that other people don't really find to be right. Like maybe you pull pranks on people because you think it's funny, but other people don't think it's funny because obviously they're getting pranks pulled on them. And then sorcerer and wizard, there's not really any. Everyone pretty much knows it's a person who practices magic. But I just know that when I'm looking into a class, I don't just think of it as a class. I think why that class was invented, I look up the definition. I read up on the class a little bit. Maybe try to think of some characters and stories that I've read who would possibly fit that class. It's just, you gotta look past the name and into the details sometimes. I hope that helps some people out. Y'all have a good one.